Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be doing a floral spring haul from Yesstyle, even though it is not spring in New Zealand. So there are a few pieces that I could probably wear for the autumn in New Zealand thrown in there as well. So to get straight into it, the first piece isn't even floral, it is this white bodycon dress from the brand Yearnin. So this one is in the white colorway and it has this really cute like little sweetheart neckline around the top and then gold zippers down the front and the back. The gold zipper on the front does unfortunately zip, which makes it probably less great if you were sort of bigger in the bust area because you're more likely to pull the zip. I actually really like that the zips are gold on this as well. I think that it makes it look really nice and pretty. I'm a fan of the white and gold together, and most hardware for zips is silver, so I think that that looks like a nice touch. In terms of the fit, this one was a one size fits all and it's actually very stretchy. So I didn't find any problem with the fit in general, like it is really quite stretchy and the fabric is quite nice and firm as well, so I didn't feel like I was going to break the dress when I was wearing it. However, because it is a bodycon dress, it is obviously very bodycon. It like clung to everything, which for me personally is not my favorite thing because it wasn't incredibly flattering. But I don't usually wear bodycon anyway, so I was kind of like, eh. One of the things that I thought was really odd was the sleeves, because there was no actual model photos of this. I wasn't really sure if the sleeves should be worn up or if they should be worn off the shoulder, because they were very loose if I put them off the shoulder, like they were hanging all the way down my arm and I couldn't put them halfway up or anything else up because they would just fall off. But then if I put them on top of my shoulder, it seemed like the sleeve, like the frill was just a little bit too short and it made it look quite odd. So I wasn't actually really sure what to do with that. The other thing that I really dislike about this dress is it is incredibly see-through. It is white and it is a stretch bodycon, so because it's stretching, it probably does contribute a bit to the see-throughness, but even just holding it up to the light, it is quite see-through on its own. And what they've done is they've given you a little panel around the top part. So between here, which is the top of the bust, and maybe like half of a hand, they have a double layer. So you get some extra coverage there, and then the same around the back. But there is no other coverage on the rest of the dress. So when you wear it, you end up with this white panel around your bust, and then the rest of it is see-through, and then whatever you put underneath it. So I was wearing a nude slip underneath. You could still kind of see the difference between the bust and the rest of the dress because it wasn't the same color underneath, and I didn't have a white skirt slip to put underneath it either. So like I just had the nude. It looked much worse without the nude though. So I'm gonna say you need something underneath this dress, either white or nude, but you really cannot do it with nothing. So for this dress, even though the measurements were pretty accurate and it was stretchy, it's probably not one that I'm going to keep in my collection because I do feel like it doesn't suit me that well and I wouldn't wear it. I don't feel confident in it. It's not a bad dress, but it just is not my cup of tea. But in terms of seaming, it's actually pretty well made, and it's actually darted as well so that you get a bit of shape throughout the body too. So I'd probably buy again from the brand, just not a bodycon. I also paired it with a floral item from a previous video. This is the little heart-shaped bag from Echinops, I think. And I absolutely love this. I still love it. This has got like a small green and pink floral-ish pattern on it. And I just think it's really, really adorable. It opens up and has a red inside, and you can carry it with a tiny little hand strap. It has a crossbody strap, and then it also has the little ring on the top where you can put your finger in and just hold on to the bag. And I just think that it's adorable and it's darling, and I didn't buy it in this haul, but I really love it, so I wanted to include it with this little outfit because I feel like this little white dress is something that I would have worn if I was like going out, and this is something that I might have carried with me if I was going out in that dress, and I just think it's so cute. The next item is another dress, and this one is a little floral one that also has another one of those sweetheart necklines. I am a sucker for the sweetheart neckline, okay? I just think that they look really, really cute. The fabric itself is incredibly light, like it's very, very doesn't feel like anything, but it's actually quite silky smooth. It does crease really badly though, so this one needed like a very good steam. This dress, I love and hate it, and I love and hate it. So first of all, the sleeves. I know that the sleeves are meant to be worn off the shoulder, but I found that for me personally, the bust wrinkled too much when it was off the shoulder, and I don't particularly love having sleeves off the shoulder for myself personally, so I actually pull the sleeves up to the top. But when I do that, they are extremely tight, so like the fabric is stretched out to the full potential, and it looks a little bit off, even though it is my preference. it's a little bit off. Then the bust is made for a substantially smaller bust than myself. The actual line of where they have the sewn in cup is like a good bit higher than my own bust is. That's not bad or good, it is what it is. And I just find it really odd because the inside lining where they have the bust, it is sewn flat, right? So you can't fill the cup, but the outside is ruched and there's space to fill the cup. But yeah, that's the bust issue. The rest of the dress actually fits really well, and I do believe that I got this one in a medium because that is what was available, which is like on the smaller side of my measurements, but managed to zip it up. It's a little tight around like the rib cage because of the bust being tighter and kind of in the wrong place. I paired this one with that super cute little wicker basket that I got a few hauls back, and I just love it so much. It's giving me like very much like I'm going on a picnic sort of look, and I think it's adorable. From memory, this dress was actually really cheap, so if you have a smaller bust than myself and you like the way that this looks, I'd probably recommend it. Just be prepared that it is that lightweight fabric and that it might feel a bit cheap, but it was really cheap, so you know, what more can you ask for? The next dress might be one of my favorites from this haul, and this one was like one for me, one for the autumn florals, and it is this black shirred dress with sheer puffy sleeves. Okay, so here's the thing with me and puff sleeves and Yesstyle. Half the time when I get puff sleeves on Yesstyle, they're too tight, at least on the top part of my arm, and I'll have like this tight sleeve and then a puff, and it just looks really, really bizarre. But this one actually looked really nice on the arms, and it also didn't give me that short arm experience. They came all the way down to my, I was going to say my ankle. It's not an ankle, that is a wrist. And when I stretch my arms out to their full potential, they didn't climb up my arm, which I just really love. This one didn't have a max bust measurement. So when you look at the bust measurements for things that have a stretchy fabric, they usually tell you like one small size and then one big size, and this one just said 55, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that 55 is going to be the small size measurement, and I was right, this one stretches quite a lot, and so I was able to fit my bust in fine. But when you stretch these sorts of things out, obviously where the shoulders are also stretches, so in terms of the fit, it's not 100% amazing because where the shoulders are is really far out on my shoulder, so I have this kind of gap where I would normally have a strap here, starting from that point, which is where my bra strap would be, but that strap starts from over there. So there's like a good chunk of extra skin, which is a little bit odd to look at, but it's not that bad. Like, it still fits. The rest of the dress I absolutely adore. So it has its own lining, so there's no part of this dress that is see-through, that's not meant to be see-through. The sleeves are not lined, so the sleeves are actually sheer, and I just think it looks adorable. I think it just looks so cute. It is like a perfect little, you could probably wear this in spring if you like black and florals, because it's got like pink, they almost look like cherry blossom inspired flowers, but I will definitely be getting wear out of this in autumn because I love florals any time of the year. And yeah, this one is definitely one that I would recommend picking up if you're into it because it feels really, really well made. This one also needed a very good steam. It is adorable. 10 out of 10, I love it. I mean, okay, 9 out of 10. If it was a little bit wider in the torso, that would have been good for me. But I mean, I can't complain. It's a one size dress and it fits me, so it's great. So the next items are a top and a skirt, and I'm going to do the skirt first because I don't like it very much. The skirt is this accordion pleat black skirt. It actually has pants on the inside because it is incredibly short. It is 38 centimeters, and I was like, no, surely it's not going to be, but it was. This one also needed a very good steam, and it was quite hard to steam because it's an accordion pleat, so you have to be careful that you don't actually steam the pleats out, but it was very, very, very wrinkly down the bottom. Now this looks absolutely nothing like the picture. The picture has a much wider band at the top, and then the bottom of the skirt is actually a softer pleat, so it's not quite as pleated and schoolgirly, and I absolutely hated the fit of this one. It just fit really, really poorly on me personally. It wasn't long enough in the torso, so where it sat on my waist was really low, and it made me look wider than I would like. So this is definitely one that I actually recommend give like everybody skipping because I don't think that it is that great for the money. I think that you could probably find a black skirt that looks a lot better. It is not my favorite. I actually put on the knee-high boots with this one because it just showed so much leg and I was so uncomfortable with it. The knee-high boots, over the knee boots, are from Liz Lisa, I think maybe two or 3 years ago. 3 years ago, because I was in the other house. Yeah, the other house. And they made the skirt look a lot nicer because I look a little bit more proportioned without the boots. It just looked so small and square and I hated it. So it's a no from me. And then matching that, I have a very, very, very cute shirt that I really, really like. This one and the black dress are like my top two. It's actually got yellow flowers on it. They kind of look a little bit like corfai. So it's a white sheer shirt. It's got a little bit of sparkle through it as well, which is kind of cute. It kind of has like this, I think it's called a dobby print, where they've got like a little bit of like square extra stitching. And it's honestly, there's just so many details on the shirt that I really, really, really love. So the chiffon layer is kind of like a slight check. And then it's got those little extra squares, which have got like a glitter ribbon sewn into them. Then it's also got the yellow flower print. It's got this ruffle on the sleeve that just looks adorable. It's got little elasticated 3/4 sleeves, which is also adorable. And it's got like the little pussy bow tie, which also makes it just look so adorable. And this comes in many different colors as well for the florals. One of the other things that I like about it is that the torso is fully lined. Like the lining goes down to the bottom. So I can wear it with skirts and I can wear it with pants, and it just is so nice. It is so well fitting. I picked this one up in a large because the bust size was, I usually try to go like about 5 centimeters above my regular bust size so that I have like a little bit of extra space. And this one, yeah, it was really, really, really good. I absolutely love it. I'm so happy with it. I can dress it with skirts. I like to put this one with dress pants, so it works really well as a work top, and it actually looks really good with jeans as well, as like a weekend top as well, and I'm just in love with it. Pick it up. It's so nice. It's so good. You should get it. The last outfit is another skirt and top ensemble, and I'm not really sure about either of these ones, so I would love everyone's opinions on them. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the skirt. Now, this is the skirt and it is really, really cute. It's pink, it's floral, and it has like a bit of ruching, which is kind of nice. But here's the problem. I picked this up in, I think, the medium size, which fit my measurements exactly. And it is like, oh God, it's skin tight. It's tight, like I can get it on it, but it's tight. But it's shorter than it's supposed to be. It's like 36 to 37 centimeters, which is short for me. Like, oh, there's like my fingers, my hands clear this. It's really, really short. My issue with it is that because of the ruching, the back is actually shorter than the sides. So see how it kind of comes up? And there's like this little frill here that helps out. This frill is the only thing that stops you from seeing my actual underwear. And I just don't know about that. I feel like this is too short and so tight, and I shouldn't wear it because it's like, I mean, I'd never wear this to work. I work with children in a school, but on the weekends, like, or on a date, I don't know. I can walk in it, I can sit in it, I have to keep my legs closed, but it's overwhelmingly short. And it could have been so cute, but it is just so short. So, I mean, I think I'm talking myself into getting rid of it because it's just, I can't imagine myself wearing it. It's just so short. And then I paired it with this top, which had the potential to be so cute. But it is too tight across the bust. Wildly too tight, considering I measured myself for this one. So I measured myself before I buy clothes on Yesstyle because the sizes are totally different between brands. That's fine. So my bust at the time when I bought this was measuring at 90 centimeters. So sizable, especially for an Asian brand. This top in the small size measured 96 on the website. And that should be fine for a 90 centimeter bust because that gives me wiggle room. Like if I'm reaching or something or doing something, I have more room. And I'm especially concerned with buttons because when you pull them apart, the buttons tend to gape like that. My large busted people will know my feelings here. And when I put it on, I was like, oh boy, that's tight. That is very, 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 very small. Why is this so small? Went back, checked the measurements just to see that I wasn't crazy. And lo and behold, yeah, it is supposed to be 96 centimeters. This I have my measuring tape. This measures at like just over 40 centimeters. It measures at like 44. Like I'm measuring it again because it's lying flat here. And I'm like, yeah, okay, 44, which means that the total circumference is 88. And that's a really big difference because that's smaller than my bust. And if it had said 88, I would have simply got a larger size. And it's such a shame because I actually kind of like this one. It gives me very like cottagecore sort of vibes. It's got that cute little neckline, and I actually really like the back as well. It's kind of like that little extra drape. This material is a bit funny, like it's quite plasticky feeling, but the rest of the shirt is actually really gorgeous. It is pretty see-through though. I did put a nude camisole on underneath, and I probably should have gone with a white camisole instead, but it was really nice. So, you know, I'm not too upset about that. Yeah, I just wish it wasn't so tight. I don't know if I can lose enough weight in my bust to make it fit. So I will hold on to it for a few months and we will see. But yeah, it's a shame because the other details are so cute. Like the buttons, they have like little pearl buttons with like gold bordering details, and it's really nice. But yeah, totally the wrong size. But those are my picks for the floral spring haul from Yesstyle. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!